Round 1, Eastern Conference, the NBA playoffs. The New York Knicks enter the postseason with the best record in the conference, but now the stakes are higher. Will their dominance be tested as they go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers? Round 1, Game 1, the NBA playoffs, coming up next.
It's time to kick off the postseason. Round 1, Game 1 of the Eastern Conference playoffs. And you can just feel the energy here tonight. In this one, we'll see the New York Knicks against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is Brian Anderson. Joining me, analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and reporter Allie LaForce. And the Cleveland starting five. We've got Zion Williamson, and it's Hall in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for New York, Flag is out there with Bailey. Then it's Knipple, and it's Meeks in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Round 1, Eastern Conference, the NBA playoffs. The Knicks enter the postseason with the best record in the conference, but now the stakes are higher. Will their dominance be tested as they go up against the Cavaliers? Round 1, Game 1, the NBA playoffs, coming up next.
Welcome, everyone. The regular season is in the books. And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. We've got Saddiq Bey, Williamson out there with Richmond. Then there's Paxson, and it's Hall in at the 5. And for New York, they've got Cheeks. Bailey out there with Flag. Then it's Knipple, and it's Meeks in at the 5 spot.
Here we go.
Take a look at the Knicks. This is a team who feels like they could win this series handily, but they need to start it off on the right foot.
And that's the key. Home court advantage doesn't mean anything if you don't use it. It's all about setting the tone tonight. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Home, and it's denied. And now the Knicks on the break. And Knipple slams it in.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And here's Cleveland. 4-point game. Tries the spin move. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Back to Paxson. Pass to Hall. Cleveland moving it around. Shot clock at 5. Williamson is screen on Cheeks. For 3, Paxson. Offensive rebound. Paxson with the steal. Richmond the pass to Paxson. Here's Hall. Back to Paxson. Pass to Richmond. And here is Williamson. Paxson outside. And another miss by Cleveland.
I think everybody in the building expected them to make that collective shot.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Cheeks to the middle. It's tipped. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Williamson. Now here's Paxson. Back to Williamson. There's a screen. Now Bey. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Going up strong through the contact. Bey getting it done.
Paxson against Cheeks. Here's Meeks. And he jams it with authority.
One of his specialties on display there, a nifty lead pass.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Paxson against Cheeks. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. White, he's checked in for New York. And Cleveland also making a change. Hollins checked in. Here's Williamson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And such a force moving around the paint. Zion goes where he wants.
Here's Cheeks. And the layup is good. Cheeks has got his second bucket tonight.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Paxson kicks to Bay. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. And a new group in for the Knicks. Meeks is checked in. Bailey comes in for Harrison. Flagg is checked in for Miles Bridges. And Cheeks is subbed in for Maxey. Richmond the pass to Delk. Here's George. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Delk. Defended by Cheeks. Delk the pass to George. It's deflected. On the court for Cleveland. Richmond is out there with George. Then there's Holland. And it's Delk in at the one spot.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's Holland. Still yet to score. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
Knipples checked in for the Knicks. And he nails the third. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Cheeks outside. And slam dunk by Cheeks.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Now here's Bay. He's covered closely. Here's Spencer. Here's Richmond. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough. Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for him. He'll usually convert that.
Pass to Spencer. Floats it up for Williamson. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Now about 3 minutes gone in his second quarter of basketball. He lobs it up.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
Up top, Paxson, defended by Cheeks. Paxson against Cheeks. Got a hand on it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. .131 left in the first half. 4 on the clock. Here's Holland. Drives to the hoops.
Hey, you know what he lacks in size, he makes up for with his vertical.
New York leading by 13. They double him with Williamson. White the pass to Cheeks. Right a screen. Bridges outside. Out in his own on the break. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before.
Get it!
Just attacks the rim.
What a throw down there, man.
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. "16 seconds left in the second quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Cheeks. And the layup falls. Cheeks has got 10 points.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Three-pointer, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so that's the end of the first half. New York ahead. They lead by 11. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
And we thank you for joining this postseason broadcast, and it's been an outstanding first half for the New York Knicks.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
And looking at where that is more than enough of us. Let's send you back.
And we're ready to get back into the action here in game one. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. We've seen the Monster really having a great game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Cheeks from outside. He pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Spencer's checked in. And again, it's the Knicks missing. The Cavaliers trail by 6. And there's the drive. And it's White with the rebound. There's 1:47 left here in the third quarter. Back to Cheeks. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Bailey. Hits it from three-point range. Bailey's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. 1:27 left in the third quarter of the game. Williamson outside. Now here's Bay. Not a lot of room. And he makes that one.
And maneuvering into position, Bay moving the needle.
Cheeks outside. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Boy, he gives this team exactly whatever scoring it needs, and that's one of the things you really like about it.
Richmond right side. Pass to Holland. And here's Bay. Here's Holland. 6 points for him. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Cheeks.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Pass to Spencer. And it's off from three-point range. He can't get that one. And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during this first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. And so now, for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now, our player of the game, the Monster.
The first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Knicks come in off a critical Game 1 win and are now poised and prepared as they attempt to take a 2-0 lead against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
We are set to bring you the action as round 1 of the Eastern Conference.
Here we go.
It'll be the Cavaliers off the tip. A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. We've got Saddiq Bey, and it's Hall in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. To the left wing, Paxson. And a miss there on the triple. Now the Knicks with it. There's a screen. To the middle. Here's Meeks. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Williamson. Pass to Richmond. Inside. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball.
Yeah, just couldn't make the connection, but you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Pure from three-point range.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here's Williamson. Pass to Bey. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Richmond. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Now, this is a guy who wants to score, so don't let him catch a rhythm.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And he lobs it up to the rim. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Richmond. And it's Meeks with the rebound. Here's Cheeks. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Williamson into the lane, and he converts the layup.
Love how decisive Williamson is. When he sees a lane to the basket, he seizes it.
Here's Cheeks. The rebound by Hall. The Cavs trailing. Williamson inside, and they double up Williamson. Soft touch off the glass. Williamson's got his second basket of the night.
Excellent work inside from Williamson. This gliding the pass to where it needed to be.
Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal. There's a minute 54 left to play in the first. Here's Paxson. Lets it go. Again, Cleveland scores. Here's Cheeks. 1:16 left in the first quarter. Down low. Here's Bailey. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And Cleveland calls their first time out of the game. A new lineup here for New York. And Cleveland making a change here. And we're now about a minute into the second quarter of play. Cheeks with the bucket.
Well, you simply have to stay connected to him. His shooting stroke is that pure.
On the court for the Cavaliers. Zion Williamson out there with Saddiq Bey. Then there's Holland, and it's Paxson in at point guard. New York leading by 6. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Come on. Good. You two players.
Bailey, the pass to Cheeks. And stolen by Williamson. Pass to Holland. To the left side wing. Here's Spencer. He's got 5. Here's Paxson from outside the arc. Sinks the tray. Paxson's got 5 now.
Boy, how about that pass? He put it right where it needed to be.
Here's Cheeks. 6 points for him. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Pass to Spencer. Up top Bay. Still without a bucket. And it's flagged with a rebound.
Well, we talk about the value of great rim protection. That's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Spencer. The 3 ball. And it's flagged with a rebound. A minute 53 left to play in the first half. Gets the 3 to fall. And it's an 8-point Knick lead.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
And the Cavaliers call time here. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is. And every one of those players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Now here's Williamson. He has 6. Let's go with a three. And the Knicks, another three.
Love it. His love for the game couldn't be more obvious. It helps him make a positive impact out on the court, and it also keeps the bench fired up.
Here's Richmond. Now Bay. They set the pick to the inside, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. Here's Cheeks. He's got 12. New York working the ball around now. And again, New York with the triple.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Takes a 13-footer. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Paxson can't get it to go. And here's New York now. They're on a 14-5 run. Lets the three fly. And again, New York with the triple.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Knicks. They lead by 13. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for...
Well, their problems start on the backboard, and it's not just a few unlucky bounces. It's an activity, Shaq.
Which is something you can fix if you want to, but I'm not seeing a lot of want to from them.
And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series. And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And let's get you back to the action as game 2 is getting underway. Great to have you with us again as we return to our coverage of round 1. They've got flag, and it's Meeks in at the center position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Here's Bay. And it's New York with a rebound. Here we go. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. The Cavaliers trail by 17. Here's Paxson. 5 points in the game. Williamson passes to Bay. Fade away. Cheeks pulls it in.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
For 3. And Bay pulls it down. And so it's Bay who brings up the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it's Meeks with the rebound. Meeks has got his 5th rebound in this one.
This is what frustrates coaches. You come out of the half and you miss your first 3 shots.
To the paint with the 7-footer. The shot by Richmond, no good.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
They get the rebound. Bridges. Pass to Harrison. Takes a three. They grab their own miss. Puts up a three. On target from range. Harrison's got his first 3 points of the game. And the action on hold. It appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Man, that's tough to see.
And, man, this really doesn't look good. Just the way it happened.
Boy, it's got to be so frustrating for him. As hard as he has worked, doing everything he can to help his team, just heartbreaking.
Spencer's checked in for Williamson. White, he's checked in for New York. Bailey comes in for Harrison. Cleveland calls timeout. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Pass to Paxson. A shot to stop the run. And it's New York with a rebound.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly. Crashes the glass with authority, then puts it back strong.
Next level, man. This guy's just going out and making a play. Here's Spencer. He's guarded by Bridges. 4-3. And it's New York with a rebound. Flag's got 4 rebounds now. Inside. Bridges passes to Cheeks. Back to Bridges. Here's Cheeks. He's got 22. Shot clock at 5. And he's going for the oop here. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was angry. 1:56 left in the third quarter. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Pass to Hall. Bay from long range. Nails it from 3. Bay's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Well, Bay knows his team needs this from him, and he's just finding ways to get productive at the arc.
And the Knicks call time here. Holland, he's checked in for Hall. And here's New York now. They're on an 11-3 run. Now a timeout called by New York.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute.
The Cavaliers trail by 18. Now let's head over to the sideline for a report on Zion Williamson. Allie, what's the prognosis?
Guys, I had a moment to catch up with the Cavaliers head athletic trainer. As of right now, he's calling it a severely sprained ankle, which I'm sure...
Good! Another from 3.
And he's letting it fly from long range to devastating effect.
And has now tied the franchise record for triples in a playoff game. Pass to George. Back to Rose. The ball's knocked loose. Here's Cheeks. And again for 3.
And talk about stepping up. He's having a playoff game these fans have never seen.
And that last triple means he's got the most threes in a single playoff game in franchise history.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
This one for 3. Drains the triple. Cheeks has got 13 in the second half.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Here's Rose. George outside. 5 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Holland for 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Cheeks has got 4 rebounds in the game. Three-pointer. Rose grabs the board. And so it's Rose who brings up the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead. Coaches love assisted buckets, boy. It just means the team is working well together.
Cheeks passes to Harrison. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Pass to Rose. Here's Holland. Cleveland working the ball around now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Spencer, no good.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
From deep, Rose. New York has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Cheeks. Buries it down low. Cheeks has got 33.
I just love the ball movement.
For Cleveland, they've got nothing to go so far in the fourth. They're 0 for 6. Rose outside to win the drought. Nails it from beyond the arc.
My goodness, that's just too clean a look. He takes full advantage.
They set the pick. And he lobs it up top.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. Here's Rose. He takes it in. Cheeks pulls it in. Cheeks has got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Bridges. Here's Cheeks. Lets it go from deep. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Here's Holland. Rose left side. And the Cavaliers, another 3.
This guy's been great, no doubt about it, but it hasn't been enough to get them where they want to be.
Here's Cheeks. Good! Another from 3.
Unbelievable shooting, and he continues to climb the all-time leaderboards for threes made in a playoff game.
Offensive fireworks from long range, putting on a show on the big stage. Rose outside. Kicks it to George. George draws the double. Oh, he tries a 3. Knocks it down from distance.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
And for the Knicks, they're shooting with some fire. 66% in this one. Cheeks can't hit. Cleveland has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. The rebound by Harrison. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, his scoring has been a huge part of their success here. But this is not new, right? We come to expect this every night.
Rose can't connect.
Ugh, he forced that one. Not a productive trip up the floor.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
George outside, out to the right wing. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Rose. He's closely guarded. The layup misses. Three-pointer, Bridges hits a three-pointer.
And looking to shoot as many threes as possible. This kind of confidence, impressive to see.
Well, Cleveland's shooting 40% from the field in this one. He's guarded by Bridges. Cheeks pulls it in. Now the Knicks with it. There's the triple. And the Knicks, another 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
George outside. Here's Spencer. George outside, looking to end the run. Sinks it from distance. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Rose outside. Pass to George. To the middle. Over to the wing. Cleveland working the ball around now. Fires it. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, nice pass. A little ball movement, a little player movement. That's how you play this game.
Bridges passes to Cheeks. And again for 3.
The three's coming fast and furious. He is scorching the nets.
Yes, and now tied for the 3rd most three-point field goals in a single game in playoff history. Here's Spencer. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
This guy just simply can't find his rhythm, and sometimes that happens.
Second chance effort, and the layup is good. Harrison's got 11 in the second half.
They're playing a lot more aggressively on the offensive boards in the second half, racking up a ton of second chance points.
It's George on the wing. Back to Rose. Pass to Spencer. Here's Holland. The shot that time not on target. Here's Cheeks. That 3's off the mark. Rose right side. It's George on the wing. Pass to Spencer. Down low. Now George. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. George has got 7 now in this quarter. Here's Cheeks to the paint. An easy 2 on the layup.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Pass to George. Out to Rose. From deep. And it's New York with a rebound. Here's Cheeks. Inside, Harrison. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Terrific find there, and he notches the triple-double. He's just been everywhere tonight.
And so New York takes this one by a big margin. And this win shows they have the momentum so far in this series. Up 2-0 now.
They just look so confident out there. They're playing selfless ball, and their chemistry has never looked better.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. As we leave, we present our player of the game.
the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The New York Knicks come into Game 3 up 2-0. Will their relentless desire thrust them to a third straight victory? The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 3 of this Eastern Conference Round 1 matchup. 2-0 so far. Perhaps the tide can turn in this one. And taking a look at Cleveland. You know, there's been a large gap between their expectations and their performance. But here at home, this crowd will give them a burst of energy. You can feel it.
And there's nothing quite like a home crowd in the postseason. I'd expect this place to give every ounce of energy to encourage their team tonight.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Knipple out there with Cheeks. Then there's Bailey. Then it's Flag. And it's Meeks in at the 5, home in the paint. Pass to Spencer. Paxson with the ball. Now here's Bay. Oh my goodness, the slam! And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Cheeks the pass to Bailey. Now Knipple. Cheeks from outside. Bay pulls it in.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Paxson, and it's Meeks with the rebound.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Cheeks' shot is good.
And getting after it on the offensive glass and adding to that early total with the putback.
With the start that he's having, I expect a monster night.
Here's Spencer, once again off the mark by Cleveland. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Paxson outside, nailed from three-point land.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
There's the lob to the hoop. New York again turning it over.
Okay, time to take a breath, fellas. Plays like that should not happen.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. There's a good screen to the paint. Here's Richmond. It's rebounded by New York.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Cheeks from outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Cheeks has got 7.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Shoots from 14, and Spencer pulls it down.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Paxson outside. 1:44 left in the first quarter. Pass to Hall. Here's Bay. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Knicks trail by 3. And stolen by Bay. Paxson outside. Here's Spencer. Back to Paxson. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here's Bailey, guarded by Paxson. Cheek from outside. And the Knicks miss again. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Paxson outside. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Bay. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. Drills it from outside.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
They set the pick. Down low. And finished off by Bailey.
Oh, a big man with a big finish.
Here's Paxson. 5 points in the game. Pass to Hall. Paxson against Cheeks. Now here's Paxson. Defense right on him. Richmond with the screen on Cheeks. Hall. Another three for Cleveland.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. And here's Cheeks. He's got 7. Pass to Bailey. Back to Cheeks. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Now flag. New York moving it around. Cheeks outside. 6 on the shot clock. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Out to the right wing. Holland, the pass to Richmond. That's tipped. Cheeks outside. From the arc. New York, no good that time either.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
No good from Paxson. Knicks trail by 7. All sorts of time, and he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
George with the screen on Cheeks. Paxson kicks to Holland. Paxson passes to Spencer. Back to Paxson. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Knicks have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Takes a 3. Bailey misses. Cleveland leading by 5. Pass to Richmond. The 3. The shot. No good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Cheeks outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Cheeks has got 12.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Pass to Spencer. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played with the fadeaway. Knicks with the rebound. Meek's got 5 rebounds tonight. Cheeks outside. A 3-ball. Another 3 for New York.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Trying to stem the tide here.
On the wrong side of a scoring run here, we might see a lineup change. I'll be pretty curious.
For the Cavaliers, Hall's checked in for George. Bays subbed in for Holland. Pass to Paxson. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Cheeks. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the line for him here. That free throw good from Cheeks. Good on both.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Pass to Spencer. Back to Paxson. Here's Hall. Now here's Paxson. Defended by Cheeks. Spencer, the pass to Paxson. Richmond with the screen on Cheeks. For 3, Paxson. They get it again. Richmond with the bucket. Richmond's got his first basket.
He's got a knack for those putbacks, so you have to be aware of that defensively. Get a body on him.
Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Knicks lead by 1. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
got to see more fight on the glass. They're in a slugfest. Winning the battle of the boards can swing this game.
But do they have the personnel?
Looking at the series. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we're with you again as our round one coverage continues. What a game we're seeing from the monster.
And with all the pressure he must have felt coming into this one, it didn't faze him one bit. Fantastic start.
His performance shows no sign of any nerves. Great job controlling your emotions.
New York's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And New York, looking at who they've got Cheeks. Harrison out there with flag. Then there's Miles Bridges. And it's Meeks in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Richmond the pass to Bay. Here's Spencer. Richmond right side. Here's Spencer. 5 to shoot. Lets it fly. No good from Paxson.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And yes, it's good.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
They set the pick to the inside, and Richmond with the stuff.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that grade with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Out to Bridges. Paxson against Cheeks. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Cheeks has got the lead up to 4 now for the Knicks.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
White, he's checked in for the Knicks. Bailey comes in for Harrison. Timeout called, Cleveland. Cleveland's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. Paxson against Cheeks. Pass to Richmond. Cleveland moving the ball around. No good from Paxson.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Oh, he launched that one from way outside. And it's a 7-point New York lead. The Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And here's Bay. Inside. And Richmond with the stuff.
And that's just a good unselfish play by Bay. Terrific pass, hits his man right in rhythm so that he can attack.
To the paint, deflects the pass. Here's Cheeks. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Richmond, and it's Richmond finishing it off.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Cheeks the pass to White. Wide open look. They get it back. Bridges, no one around him. That 3 off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Spencer. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
New York calls timeout. Keyshawn George, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Holland comes in for Richmond. The Knicks leading by 10. Richmond is out there with Holland. Then it's Rose. Then it's Keyshawn George. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And that one is good. Cheeks has got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
And George kicks to Rose. Outside, George. Shot clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Cheeks from outside. Connects from three-point range. Cheeks has got 32 points.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Cheeks against Rose. Richmond outside. Pass to George. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by Cheeks. Cheeks has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Took him no time at all on that one.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
George, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's the 3. Cheeks, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 17. Here's Richmond. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Lets it go. Cheeks, no good. Cleveland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Outside Rose. Off target with his 3.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And again, it's the Knicks missing. And so George will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cheeks from outside. And the 3 ball is good. Cheeks has got 16 here in the second half. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for New York.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
The tray, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Richmond with the screen on Cheeks. Rose passes to Richmond, and Richmond with the stuff.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And slam dunk by Cheeks.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
From deep, George. It's rebounded by New York. Cheeks has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. There's the triple. It's the 3-point bomb. Cheeks has got 43 points.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Rose against Cheeks. Here's Spencer. To the left wing. 6 to shoot. The Cavaliers again can't hit. New York leading by 22. Cheeks from outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Paxson. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. And so it's New York with it. Pass to Kneppel. New York moving it around. Cheeks from outside. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
For Cleveland, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Bay passes to Richmond. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Certainly not the #1 thing Bay is out there to do, but he saw an opening and able to make the pass.
The 3. Bay pulls it in. For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. No coverage that time. Richmond's got 11 here in this quarter alone. And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Yeah, looks like he's in real pain. Definitely a concern right now.
Look, I'm no doctor, and I know that might be a surprise to a lot of you people, but look, that looked pretty harsh, and he's certainly going to have to miss some extended time.
Holland, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And the Knicks miss again. The Cavaliers trail by 20. Here's Richmond, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. For New York, they've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Cheeks from outside, connects again from distance.
And he is scorching hot right now. He could be on his way to setting a franchise postseason record with his shooting.
He's caught fire at the right time for this team. Stepped up big in the postseason for him. There's the pick. Hall passes to Holland. And it's Flagg with the rebound. Flagg's got 4 rebounds in this game. Cheeks against Paxson. Fires for 3. Cheeks no good. Cavaliers have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Cheeks. Over Paxson. Here's Meeks. Cheeks from outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And the foul on the monster. That is his first foul of the game. Paxson outside. Back to Bay. Pass to Paxson. Now here's Bay. Back to Paxson. Richmond outside. Out to the right wing. Clock at 6. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
From outside the arc. And no good that time. The Cavaliers trail by 21. Pass to Holland. This one for 3. That one falls, coming off of Paxson's speed.
If you're not right up there on him, oh, he's going to make you pay.
Cheeks with it. He takes it in. And another one falls. Amazing. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy. And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Pass to Paxson. And here's Bay. It's rebounded by New York. Flagg's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Cheeks. From past the arc. Shoots the 3. Driving the lane. And slam dunk by Cheeks.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
The first one falls for him. That one is no good. And he nails the third. The Knicks leading by 20. Takes it inside. And slam dunk by Cheeks.
Operation Feed the Horse. Feed him early and often. And guess what? It's working. They have the lead.
Paxson kicks to Bay. Down low. Here's Richmond. And it's Richmond finishing it off.
And how about just floating to the rim on that
that slam.
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Here's Cheeks, and slam dunk by Cheeks.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Pass to Bay from deep. And it's Flagg with the rebound. Flagg's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Cheeks, and slam dunk by Cheeks.
He found his groove right away and hasn't let up. It's not surprising that he's leading the way on offense.
And it's Bay with the ball for Cleveland. Paxson outside. Richmond outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Holland. Offline with his 3.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Here's Cheeks. Again, what an avalanche.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Richmond with the screen on Cheeks. Paxson outside. Pass to Bay. Back to Paxson. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And it's Meeks with the rebound. Meeks got 11 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, it feels like he's...
And another one!
And he's equaled 2nd all-time in scoring for a playoff game.
A tremendous offensive display, Greg. This crowd on the edge of their seats. Paxson passes to Richmond, and the shot goes down. Richmond's got 23 points.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
Pass to Knipple. Cheeks from outside. They get the rebound. For 3. That one, no good. And here's Paxson. Knipple with the rebound. Cheeks from outside. Bounce pass Meeks. Bailey passes to Cheeks. Richmond with the steal. Pass to Paxson. Here's Holland for 3. Richmond. No good there.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And good. He hits it again.
A new all-time mark for points in a postseason game. Passing his own previous record. I think that just about says it all.
What a score. You talk about the elite offensive threats to ever play in the game. He's arguably the very best. He brings such joy to his fans and such great work to his team. So no problem for New York as they get the win. You have to think at this point, up 3-0, it's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
You know, this victory all but seals the deal. As strong as they look throughout this game and this series, I'll be shocked if they don't close it out in Game 4.
And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, the Monster.